Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and I'm going to update you on my progress with the University of Arizona Global Campus Master of Human Resource Management program. I am officially on winter break, which happens, I believe, the last 2 weeks of December. I have one class left. So that means 6 weeks left in the program. I wish that I could just push through and get this class done. But unfortunately, because of class availability, I will be behind 1 week in comparison to what I thought I was going to be done by. So I guess based on teacher availability or based on the number of students that go into a class, if there's not enough, they kind of shift things around. So because they had to modify my schedule because of me transferring classes, it moved other things around, and I'm just not where I thought I was going to be. But that's okay, because life happens, and it happened for a reason. So my last class was compensation and benefits, and it was very interesting to understand why I have core compensation, why I have benefits, some legally required and some discretionary benefits, and how that's used in a way to motivate me, or I should say employees, to own their responsibilities within their role, and how things can be modified based on the needs of individuals and the needs of the company, based on business strategy, based on external and internal influences, and all of these different things that go on. This class, I want to say, was probably not that difficult, but what I found interesting was that, or what was different about this class and other classes, was that the discussion boards didn't have a requirement for the amount of times that you responded and or the word count, which you would think that would be easy, but this professor had the expectation that you should be engaging multiple times. So depending on how many times you engage was really what dictated the amount of points that you got for your discussion boards. The papers were not difficult. Of course, if you take your time to read the books and look at the rubric and base your paper on the rubric, you'll be fine. How has this journey helped me so far? Interestingly enough, I just had a round 2 interview for a data analytics and project management position within HR. And because of my education, somebody wanted to take an opportunity or a chance on me with interviewing me. It was mainly my background and experience that caught their eye, but the fact that I padded that with education that was specific to HR was like an extra nod or an extra notch in my belt to qualify me as a great candidate to interview. Did this program help me get the job? I want to say that because I was in the program and I now had this extra lens that I could look through situations at, that it helped me with scenarios that made sense in an interview setting for HR. I hope that made sense, because it made sense in my head. So in other words, when I got put into projects or I got put on assignments, I looked at it through my typical lens because of just the way that my brain is set up and the way that I process information and my personality and all that fun stuff. And then I looked at it through the lens that this program has created for me. And the combination of those two then allowed me to approach the situation differently. And when asked questions in an interview setting, I then was able to say, okay, here's how I saw it through an HR lens, although I've never had an HR title. So I believe that helped me. Could I have gotten that interview without having this as a pending degree on my resume? Yes. However, again, because of the lens that I was now able to look through because of this program, my scenarios may not have been as relevant and or as precise as they would have been. So I'm glad, basically, to sum it up, I'm glad that I am in the program. I have some other things that are going on that help me as well. But just considering the intent of this video, I just wanted to make sure that I threw that in. Do I foresee this program helping me? Yes. And I appreciate the fact that it was set up in a way that allowed me to be flexible with the other things that I'm juggling. There was a comment that was left on another video about a friend of mine who graduated from then Ashford University, which is now University of Arizona Global Campus. Different entity, two separate things, but same school, if that makes sense. They did graduate with a master's program. They are not in a field in which, well, let me rephrase that. They are now a business owner, and because they're getting their business up off the ground, there are parts of their degree that, in my experience or in my view of things, they are using, but they're not using the full breadth of it yet because they don't have people in which they're leading. It's more so if they're using themselves as the employee and they're coaching themselves through. If they were in an organizational setting, would they be able to apply their program or their degree that they're in, which I think was a Master of Science in Organizational Leadership or Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership? Absolutely. Because even in having conversations with them, me being in an organization and then having a graduate degree as well, we have conversations as if they're my peer, as if they're working with me side by side. So I feel that it has helped them grow, just as me being in a graduate program, not with University of Arizona Global Campus before this, helped me. So I hope that clarifies that it did help them, but just based on them being a new entrepreneur, they're not able to use the full breadth of their program. So if I was a prospective student and I was looking for an opportunity to advance my education, would I do it with the University of Arizona Global Campus? I think it's first important to set your intentions and set your goals and do your research. And if the University of Arizona Global Campus checks off all of those things, then I say go for it. Is it a rigorous school? No. Will it require you to put your best foot forward? Yeah, you're going to have to, especially if you're studying at the graduate level. Will this be a stepping stone into other colleges or universities? I think it's important to map that journey out and what that looks like and ensure that all the pieces connect, which means if you have to talk to that university that you're aiming for to ensure that this information or the college credits will transfer over, then you might have to do that. So that's why, again, it's important for you to do your research. Would I do it all over again? Yes, because the program has allowed me to gain an academic lens that is helping me while in corporate America to pursue my short-term objective of getting into HR. I hope that this helps you. Have a great day.